Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Richard, and I'll be discussing with you today the suicide prevention protocols that Diboll ISD implements. And I'm the PASS aide at the Diboll Junior High School. So what is suicide? Suicide, sadly, is when someone no longer has the will to live and goes through the act of killing themselves. You can have suicidal thoughts and actions. Someone can think about suicide and not go through with it, and someone can have thoughts of suicide and go through with it. So the month of September is Suicide Prevention Month. It is observed all of the month of September, and most schools observe Suicide Prevention Month, and sometimes other places of work as well, and it helps keep students informed about suicide, and we'll go into further discussion with that. So suicide within the junior high kids age, the evidence I found is based off of the ages of 10 to 14, which is a little younger than the junior high age, when junior high kids are usually 12 to 14, but I went ahead and used this statistics. So for the age of 10 to 14, it is the second leading cause of death behind unintentional death, which is very sad for 10 to 14-year-olds to want to kill themselves, and it being the second largest cause of death. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States, which is pretty scary as well. So, speaking for Diboll ISD, there is some protocols for discussing suicide. If someone is having suicidal thoughts and actions, there's a certain script that teachers can follow. So, for an example, let's say a student says, "I no longer want to live." We will take that student to a teacher, and they will be able to ask them questions to figure out how serious this situation is. We take every suicidal incident seriously. We never take it too lightly because we never know how serious the person is. So, one of the first questions a student will be asked if they have these thoughts is, "Are you going to hurt yourself?" Now, if they end up just saying it for attention, they might say, "No, I'm not going to hurt myself. I shouldn't have said that." But if someone is really serious about hurting themselves, they might be honest with you. Sometimes they won't be, but sometimes they will, and they'll say, "Yes, I want to hurt myself." Well, we'll go on and ask them, "Well, do you have a plan?" A plan meaning, do you have a plan of how you're going to kill yourself? That is what we're asking. It is a very blunt, straightforward question that we have to ask our students to understand how serious the situation is. So for an example, let's say a student goes, "Yes, I'm going to hurt myself." "Well, do you have a plan?" "Yes, I have a plan." "Well, what is your plan?" That is our next question. What is your plan? "Well, I'm going to kill myself with a gun." "Well, where are you going to get your gun?" is our next question. "Oh, I don't know." Then we know that that student really isn't to the point of killing themselves. They might actually be thinking about it. We can still give them counseling and such, but they aren't in immediate danger. But let's say someone else goes, "Do you have a plan?" "Yes." "What is your plan?" "I'm going to kill myself with a gun." "Well, what gun are you using?" "I'm going to kill myself with my dad's gun that's under his bed with the bullets that are in his side table." Well, that's pretty scary. We know he has a location of the weapon. He knows where to get the bullets. He's pretty familiar, he or she, I'm sorry, I'm just using he as an example, but they're pretty certain how they're going to do it, where to find it. And they might tell you, when they were going to do it. "I was going to do it, next Wednesday." That's when we go and we make sure they get the right help immediately. I mean, every suicidal thought needs help immediately, but when they have a plan of suicide that is for, detail, then there's a problem and we need to go get that figured out. There are first responders for suicide cases in school districts and in Diboll. All of our Diboll Independent School District counselors are certified in first aid with suicide. There is first aid for suicide, like our questions that we were just talking about. We have behavior specialists in our district that are also qualified in helping with suicide cases. And there is certain teachers, like a PASS teacher, which is the program I'm under, who works with emotionally disturbed children. And more than often, emotionally disturbed children will have suicidal thoughts. So PASS teachers need to be ready and equipped for suicide cases. So how is Diboll ISD addressing suicide? Again, we are observing Suicide Prevention Month all of September, and there's different activities we do. Now, the activities to spread awareness is this week we've been watching, or all of this month actually, we've been watching little videos that our counselors have sent out, informing students about, or not informing, but educating students about suicide and how to help and prevent it. They also are doing projects. One time last week, they were doing hearts and writing an encouraging statement on it and putting it out in the hallway for everyone to see, like, I see you, I am here for you, don't give up, things like that. And then also last week we did a walk for hope, walking for to spread suicide awareness. Now this is where I found my statistics for suicide rates, and it is the Mental Health Institute. I would recommend, if you would like to learn more about suicide in a to spread awareness, not for any other reason, I would suggest to go look at the National Institute of Mental Health. And again, try to help someone and prevent suicide. We never know when someone is struggling, so if we can just please be courteous to others and help them through their hard times. So, and again, I'm Hannah Richard, and it was nice to speak with you.